Slightly different video today. I am here to talk about, as you can probably tell by the title and thumbnail, about Bivol versus Biev. I believe that Bivol won. I believe this on the night, and I was shocked to see Biev win. I've just right now rewatched the fight, no commentary, no sound, and just scored the fight. I honestly suggest that if you're not sure, or you really want to solidify your point on this fight and who you think won, I suggest to go back and analyse it yourself with no commentary and score it properly, what you really think. I've just scored it, just look at my notes here, I've just scored it 116, 113 to Bivol. I gave the first 3 rounds to Bivol, I gave 4 and 5 to Biev, I had 6 a draw, I had 7 almost a draw, but I just gave it to Bivol. He just cleaner punches, and that's the common thing in this fight. In my opinion, that's what won this fight for me, was the cleaner punches. 7, 8, and 9 I gave to Bivol. 10 and 11 I gave to Biev, and surprisingly, probably get my arse ripped out for this one, but 12 I actually gave to Bivol. I thought he definitely won that round. The thing is Biev, I feel like he swayed a lot of people due to the fact that at the end of the rounds, he comes on heavy. But just because you come on heavy and you finish the round strong, last 10 seconds, last 30 seconds, doesn't mean you won the round. He'll come on strong and he'll push forward. But in my opinion, if you're walking forward and getting punched, you're losing the fight. A lot of people, I feel like if you don't know what you're going on about, but I can't describe it. It's like you can easily be convinced, he's walking forward constantly. Yeah, he is, but he's also walking forward and onto shots. He's getting hit a lot. And don't get me wrong, a lot of those rounds were very close. I nearly gave 7, 10-10 as well, gave it a draw like I did 6. But 6, nothing really happened. That's why I gave it a draw. It was like they both took it off. There wasn't a lot going on. No, you can't really split some of these rounds, but I managed to split most of them just. But the thing is that Bivol, in my opinion, not even in my opinion, he was winning that fight. I genuinely believe he was. He was landing the cleaner shots, and that's what it comes down to. He was landing the cleaner shots. Yeah, he might have been moving away a lot, but if you don't want to count that, if you think that's not boxing, then Mayweather's like 45 and 5. He's not 50 and 0, because yeah, he ran away a lot, but he ran away and he was dodging punches and returning, and that's what boxing is about. It's literally the sweet science. And talking about that, but Biev, he threw, I saw a statistic, I don't know how true it is, but he threw like 1,000 punches and he missed at least half of them, like 500. You know what I mean? Like, that's good boxing by Bivol, if you ask me. Even the rounds that Biev was winning, he still wasn't, in my opinion, when you watch the fight, like a lot of it is hitting Bivol's top of his head, his elbow, his arm. They're grazing shots. They're not land clean shots. He only landed a handful of clean shots. Most of the shots that Biev landed were on the guard, on the arms, top of the head, just glancing, not great. Bivol, was landing some fantastic shots in there. His 1-2 really worked for him in a few of these rounds, and his jab, he utilises his jab a lot. He got his jab off a lot. I don't see how you can argue that Bivol was not landing the better shots. I feel like every single shot, not every single shot, but most shots that Bivol was landing were so much cleaner. They weren't on the guard. They were connecting to flesh. And I've seen a lot of mixed reviews online, but to be honest, I think a lot of people think Biev won that fight, and I just don't really see how. Even like 11th round is like meant to be like Biev's strongest round. Well, it was Biev's strongest round, but even then, Bivol had flurries of moments. He had 3, 4, 5 combinations in there. I wouldn't scream robbery, because some of those rounds were close, but I would scream robbery. I'm joking, but seriously, I do think he got robbed of a win. I do think he got robbed from his undefeated record. I really can't wait for the rematch. I really can't wait to see how they both change to try and become more dominant. Biev looked defeated. He really did look defeated. He looked upset. His corner was screaming, "You need a knockout." In the 11th and 12th round, they're screaming, "You need a knockout to win this." They all knew, you know, until that geezer came in and like there was that bit of that dodgy stuff going on, and then suddenly they started celebrating before the result. Even the rounds that Bivol won, I thought he won them quite convincingly, and I suggest you go and rewatch the fight. If you're watching this video and you disagree with me, I suggest you watch it with no commentary and just score it. And then when these fighters are landing their combinations, look where they're landing and what's landing and how it's landing. So yeah, I feel like Beterbiev threw a lot more and Bivol dodged a lot more. I feel like Bivol landed the better shots, the cleaner shots. Beterbiev was hitting the guard a lot. He was hitting the arms, you know, in top of the head. I don't remember him really landing clean except from one exchange. You know, he landed a couple punches clean and he hurt Bivol when Bivol thought Beterbiev was hurt, and then it kind of like switched round. I think it was like the 8th or the 9th round. Either way, it was a close fight. I had it 116 to 113 to Bivol. Like I keep on saying, cleaner shots, better work, better boxing. But a lot of people think that if you're walking down, like you're winning a fight, but if you're walking down and if you're walking an opponent down but not really throwing and getting hit, then you're losing the fight. And I think Mayweather would agree with me. And you know, in my opinion, that's the best boxer of all time. Maybe I'm biased to the style, the defensive style, because I do really like that style. So maybe I am biased to that style. But I do think Beterbiev didn't have to throw as much. There was an obvious power difference. I did think Bivol got a bit shook of Beterbiev's power. But at the end of the day, he landed more. He made Beterbiev miss a lot more, and he landed the cleaner shots. So let me know what your opinion is on this fight. If you don't agree, that's fair enough. Obviously, each their own. But that's how I see the fight, and I hope you enjoyed this breakdown.